Hello and welcome to 71 Magazine. I'm your host, John Bryant, and we'd like to give special thanks to OMU for underwriting this segment. You know, in order for companies to stay connected to their customers, they really need a variety of communications to make that, to have that. Let's start again. Okay.
It's okay. It's all good. You're among friends.
Okay. Hello and welcome to 71 Magazine. I'm your host, John Bryant, and a special thanks to OMU for underwriting this segment. In order for companies to stay connected to their customers, they have to use a variety of communications. At OMU, they're committed to making their experience easier and more convenient. Joining us in the studio today is Sonia Dixon, who is the Communications and Public Relations Manager with OMU. Sonia, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Listen, in the early days when I wanted to communicate with my utility company, my options were I placed a phone call or I went to their office.
Right.
Things are different now.
Well, they are. Boy, they've changed a lot, haven't
Yes.
they? And, and different customers may still want to call or may still want to come into the office, but we have lots of options out there for us. The utility business continues to grow and get a little more complicated. So we have a lot of ways for you to reach out to us.
Well, let's talk about some of those different options that you have, because there's a lot of them.
There are. Of course, we have a website, omu.org, and what is great about that is that you get an opportunity there's just all kinds of information. You're certainly welcome to place a call at any time, but sometimes we just have a quick question and we just want to look it up. You can go there to pay your bill. You can go there to sign up for service. You can go there to sign up for events that we're having or texting options or do lots of things. It's very interactive. You're sitting at your computer or you're on your phone, do it very quickly any time of the day or night. But also, most of us are on our phones, right? And you can see our website is very intuitive. It'll work great on your phone.
Right.
But we also have an app. What's really nice about that is it takes all of those items that we have on our website, organizes them a little bit of a different way, and a little more accessible to literally at your fingertips. So what you can do is literally get in there. You can check your account. You can make payments. You can do all the things that you did on the website. But you can also receive notifications through that app. It's just like our texting service. We're very judicious about the way we use it. But that way you're not having to always look. If, for instance, in an outage situation, that's probably the best example. You're not having to go check the map or check Facebook or anything like that. You're going to get alerts that give you that information. Now, you can turn those alerts on. You can turn them off. You can handle them any way you want. Lots of other ways that we have to communicate with people outside of just the face-to-face. We're your local utility, so we still have that available to us. Our texting option, and what is fantastic about that is you can sign up for a variety of different types of topics, from outages to employment, and then energy information and just general news. And that is everything from outage management, when we're trying to get in touch with our community to let them know about what's going on with restoration efforts. That's fantastic. It comes to your phone. You don't have to keep checking. You're keeping up to date with that. Lots of times we include a link that lets you go to the map from there, so you're not having to open anything up, and it's literally at your fingertips.
Really, you guys really, you said something to me and it really resonated. You are trying to meet your customers where they're at.
We are, exactly. And for some of us, texting is the way to go. I always tell everybody, don't send me an email.
Right.
Don't send me an email, because I'm not necessarily checking my email, but I am checking my phone, so texting is an option. My parents probably are going to want to pick up the phone and call because they're going to have questions, and we welcome anyone to do that because everyone has a different situation. Your account may be unique, and your situation may be unique, and we certainly want to answer those questions. But some of us, with our utility, just want to know, has power been restored? When's my bill due? Those sorts of things. So we really do want to meet you where we are. And we've tailored our payment options in that way too, and made a lot of those 24/7 because not everybody is sitting down at 4 o'clock every day and paying their bill. They want to be able to do it when they get off shift or when they have a moment or when the kids are in bed or anything like that. So certainly we really do want to meet you where you are and what works for you. So, a lot of people, for instance, we text our employment information whenever we have a job available. That's very useful, especially for young people who are, looking for job openings or looking to transfer. It's right there on your phone. You have that information.
It really is. And I've said this before, your texting option it's awesome because it's like if there's an outage, I just get a text. That's it. You know, I mean, it's real quick, it's real brief, and I'm not bombarded with a bunch of text from you all either. You do your due diligence, and you make sure that you're not over communicating with
We're
people.
very careful about that. You know, it was a particularly useful tool when we had our water main break not a couple years ago. And what was really helpful with that is that we did give lengthier updates, but that's what was needed. So it's a very adaptable tool for us. We can give you those quick, but then if we are listing specific areas where water has been restored and boil water advisories have been lifted and those sorts of things, we're able to give you that detail, or we're able to direct you to more detail should you just want that.
Right.
It has been an amazing tool for us, and the subscribership just keeps increasing. And since we're talking about that, all you have to do is visit omu.org, look for our texting option, and you can sign up for what you need, and you can opt out too at any point.
Right.
If you're no longer seeking employment, you don't want to receive an employment ad or an employment text, you can certainly opt out of that.
You
So
know, it was interesting because I had a tenant who was affected by the water outage, very close to the plant, as a matter of fact.
Right.
And when I would get updates, I would forward those updates to them. And you don't know how much that they
Wonderful.
appreciated that.
I'm glad to hear that.
Because they weren't signed up for it. But this kept them updated. So it was a real benefit even beyond, if somebody maybe who doesn't have the app. So I certainly suggested that they get the app because they can stay abreast.
Right. And now keep in mind, you don't have to download the app to sign up for the texting.
Right.
So if you want to do both, you can have the push notifications through the app only. You can have the texting only. You can do both. They're going to be very similar, but whatever works for you best.
Right.
And that's important. And texting's not everybody's going to sign up for that. So certainly we still use our other channels. We still notify radio stations, television stations. We also post a lot on Facebook and Twitter.
That's right.
That's very important information. Facebook has still become the news source for a lot of our community.
That's right.
It's an opportunity to get that information out there. So we hope that you're following us on both of those. We try to be very judicious with that as well and put out good and useful information. It's interesting. It's become just kind of natural for us to use all these, whenever we have anything going on, to use all of those channels to reach everyone, because whether you're driving in your car, we want you to know what's going on when you hear it on the radio, you're sitting at home and you're watching TV, or if you're at your desk and you just need to check and find out.
Your responsibilities have expanded exponentially.
They have, and but to know that you're getting your messages to the right people,
That's right.
I think it is very rewarding, and I think has been very important to us as a utility. But we never underestimate that human contact
That's
either.
right.
And we talk about local people, local service a lot, but we still have people who have very specific questions and or want to talk through something on their account or all of those sorts of things. And our customer service staff is great
They are.
at handling anyone that comes in to answer questions. We have people that come in regularly. We have people that it's just gonna be easier for me to come down there and talk to you about this. And then we have our phone staff that handle that as well. So we have customers of all ages, of all backgrounds, all sorts of different types of people, technological people, and people who still have a rotary phone,
That's right.
and everything in between. And we want you to be able to contact us because we are your local utility.
Well, speaking of that, many people still sit down every month and write a check.
They do.
And put a stamp and send it in. But you all have other options to make it more convenient for
We do
folks.
have lots of options. We have a phone service that you can call in 24/7 and pay your bill over the phone. You can certainly call in at any point. Our staff's there and just pay it directly with the person. We have a night deposit box. We have automatic billing where you never have to worry about it at all. It automatically is charged to your credit card, debit card, or your checking account. You can, like I said, there are just a number of options that you can do that. You can get online. I think that's really great. You can set a little reminder, get online, pay your bill. That gives you an option to really look at your usage and comparison as well. So, we want to make that easier for you. Paying your bill is never fun, and it's never easy, because none of us want to spend that money, but we certainly want to make it as quick and as accessible as we can for you.
Well, I'll tell you what, I pay my bill online.
Great.
And I have to tell you, it is so convenient and so easy. It's incredible. I can do that quicker than I can sit down and write a check.
I agree. And But that's why we take all the options. That's why we still have a night deposit box.
Right.
Because there are those people that write checks and they're driving home from work and they want to drop that off and those sorts of things. And then there's sometimes it's easier for people just to pick up the phone and do that. We've really, we survey our customers monthly, and we really pay attention to those comments and that information that we receive, because a lot of it's about how are we communicating with you,
Right.
and are our services accessible to you? Are you able to reach us when you need to reach us? Are you able to conduct your business with us in a way? Are we getting the information you need about your utility? And so it's fantastic that everybody takes a different bite out of that, and they find a different way to contact us.
Well, let's shift and let's talk about the Community Cares program, which is just a wonderful program here in Owensboro that you all are very much behind and support it 100%. Tell us about that.
We partner with the Salvation Army to distribute funds to those in our community that may be struggling to pay their utility bill. We understand that everybody's budgets are strapped, and it's another cost. And unfortunately, it's a cost that you can't avoid, and so we want to make that. If we can help in some way in our community that we can. And so the Salvation Army is wonderful about handling that. We make a donation to them every year, and they distribute those funds. They handle all the vetting, which keeps us out of that and that sort of information. They work with us. But we also invite our customers, if they would like to contribute in addition to those funds. We're always going to make that donation. I want to make it clear. It's not going to come out of that. And there are no administrative costs. Let me make that clear. So it goes strictly to them and strictly to our customer owners. That you can round up on your bill. You can add a couple dollars. You can make just a general donation. You can set it up where you'll do it automatically. Right. We've talked about this before. If everybody just rounded up, it would be less than $12 a year.
Right.
It's just an opportunity to help people in your community, and without even really having to think about it. You can just do that on your bill, and we do have people that do that throughout the year. We have a very generous community. I think sometimes we forget about utility bills, or we think about things around Christmas time or holidays or those sorts of things. But there are people that have costs throughout the year.
That's right.
And so that's what's great about the Community Cares program is 12 months out of the year it's helping people.
Right. And sometimes people fall on hard times and they just need a little assistance, a little hand up, just to kind of help them out for the moment. That's all.
Yeah, they do. And certainly that's what's great about this partnership, and it's an opportunity for us to help. As a public utility, we feel a responsibility to all of our customers, and this is an opportunity to help them.
Well, Sonia, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
I appreciate all the information. This is always great information. Thanks for keeping up the great communications with our community and all your customers. So, and listen, if anyone would like additional information, you can certainly call OMU at 270-926-3200, or you can go to the website at omu.org. Listen, on behalf of everybody here at OCTC and also OMU, we wish you a great day, and we'll see you right back here next month.